Are you a service-based business owner looking to increase profits to fund your lifestyle? Well, this podcast is for you. We bring you inspirational guests sharing actionable tips to solve many of the struggles you face each and every day. And now, over to your host, Paul Higgins.
Hi, Paul here. Before we get into the show, would you like to make a great first impression on LinkedIn? If so, I have something just for you. When people search for your name on Google, your LinkedIn profile will normally come up first. Before meeting someone for the first time, how often do they view your LinkedIn profile? For many coaches and consultants I begin to work with, their profiles don't do them any justice. I've created a simple solution where you can whip your profile into shape to have your best foot forward when attracting new clients on LinkedIn. Go to blgdownload.com, so that's blgdownload.com, to get your 5 killer tips today. Hello to the Build, Live, Give Solo podcast, episode number 264. If it's your first time, welcome. And if you love what you hear, please subscribe. I recommend listening to episode 0.5. That's right, I've got a 0.5 first to help guide you. If you're a regular, thanks for your support. I love listening to podcasts and always have follow-up questions. Are you the same? If you are, go to paulhigginsmentoring.com/questions and lodge yours, and I promise to answer it. Yes, I will specifically answer your question. Please check out past shows on your favorite platform. Just search Build, Live, Give. So today's topic is the top 10 episodes for 2020. If you are listening to it in January 2021, a big happy new year for you. I hope you've had a fantastic holiday season, and if you're an Australian, you're probably still on holiday, so enjoy it while it lasts. Unfortunately, I'm back, and believe me, it's been a struggle so far. So what I'm going to do is go through my top 10 downloaded podcasts for 2020. So the first one, number one, is episode 165. It's Likes to Leads. And I talked about helping people that have liked your post, connecting with them on LinkedIn. And I first spoke about who to connect with, like who, in other words, who to send a connection request to, and related that to your ideal client. Also said, how you send connection requests, thanking them for liking your post, and you'd be very specific and put the link to the post there so they know what you're talking about, and that's in a connection request. Also talked about the hot potato to get them on a call, and also some great tips around sales CRM follow-up. So that's episode 165. Number two is episode 162, Go Where You Are Treated Well, with Andrew Henderson. So Andrew has a very nomadic lifestyle, and he really talked about how you're going to be treated best. Multiple ways to get passports in multiple countries, and the reason why that is so important. He also talked about how to take advantage of legal tax opportunities to have more money to live and give. So it was a fantastic episode. Highly recommend it. Next was episode number 168. So this is the third one, The Art of Giving Back with Richie Harkham. I got to tell you, this was a truly inspirational story of how you can turn your worst day into your best. And it was really 5 seconds in his life that completely changed everything. He also talks about the importance of organ donation, which is so close to my heart, but also to my other organ, which was a kidney, where I got a transplant in 2019. He also spoke about why people overplan what they can achieve in 1 year, but underplan in 10. He really gets you to think big picture. So that was episode 168. So the fourth one is episode 169. So 7 steps that helped me get 683,000 views on LinkedIn in 2019. Now, I have to say, recording this podcast, I'm about 2.5 million views, but in particular, that patch that I did from transplant to the end of 2019 was fantastic. I go through how you should track your posts using an app called shieldapp.ai. I also talk about how to implement the 7 steps of a post. And I also talked about, look at some of my posts as some examples of best practice. And I also spoke about how you can learn more to do it yourself. You can just go to blgclick.com. So number 5, episode 164 was how to be wealth independent by selling raw dirt with Mark Pawlowski. Now, I got to say, this is not a topic that I expected to ever interview someone on, but it was really great. Mark opens up about his model of making money by working minimal hours a week, and he's really true to that. And he also talks about the benefit of automation and outsourcing, which could be applied to any business, whether you're buying dirt or you're buying other assets or running your service-based business. And he also talks about how best to manage anxiety, and he was very open in that. So that was episode number 164. So far we've gone through 1 to 5, but before we go 6 to 10, I'd like to talk to you about Dubb. Dubb is an all-in-one sales and marketing video platform that helps to attract, convert, and retain more happy clients. I use it to send personal videos to clients and experts who supported me in 2020, and I got some fantastic feedback from them. Why not check it out yourself? Just go to buildlivegive.com/Dubb. Okay, so now we'll go 7 to 10. So number 6 was episode 171, and it was the 7 secrets, lots of sevens in this, the 7 secrets to get more from your phone. And I had some great examples in here. I won't go through all 7, but one was using a launch app where you can launch multiple apps quickly. I use Launch Center Pro. Also recording your screen and how you can record it, but also add audio, which is fantastic for so many purposes. When you're looking at something, you can give quick feedback to someone. And the other one was text replacements, which I think are absolutely vital for saving time. Episode 176 was number 7, and remember, we're going from highest to lowest. So all things sleep with Molly McLaughlin, and she really goes into busting the key myths around sleep. It was excellent. I learned a lot from this, and I'm still implementing them now. She also talked about some of the daily habits to improve your night sleep. So I know that sounds a bit counterintuitive. What you do during the day is going to help your night, and some cool apps you can take control of your sleep. And also a big shout out to Molly, who's just recently got engaged as well. So episode number 166, which is number 8, helping people to find freedom, not retirement, with Patrick Donahue. And he really talks about the importance of having coaches in business and personal life. He gives some great examples. The hierarchy of wealth. He talks about this 60-40 split. I won't go into it now, but I highly recommend listening to 166 where he goes into that, something I've never heard before. And how to use top grading to pick the right people in life. That's right, top grading. So once again, really innovative concept, and one that I recommend you having and listening to. So that was episode 166. So number 9 is episode 170, how to get people to listen with Lisa Fay. So she talked about what you can learn from a $240 billion, that's right, with a B, billion-dollar company to improve your business. And I might as well tell you now, but she worked at Coca-Cola, which was also where I learned a lot of my skills. So we talk openly about that. Also the rule of 3 and how it will transform your speaking. Okay. And, that applies to both what we're doing now. A lot more of is virtual speaking, but it's really important. And the last one, what you can do to get people to listen to you more, which in a crowded space, it's only going to get more crowded. There's podcast launching every day. I think it's really fantastic. So that was a great episode with Lisa. And as I said, reminiscing on some of my Coke moments. So 10, the lucky last, is episode 180, looking inside to create a remote career with Jonathan Magnan. And he talks about the value of going within to find your ideal remote career. And I know for a lot of people it's difficult. What do I do when I want to leave corporate, as an example? He gives some great practical tips there. The power of our diagnostic tools to help you make life-changing decisions, and the benefits of habit trackers who will help you when you work solo. And the habit tracker that I've fallen in love with is just called Done, Done. I don't know if it's on both iPhone and mobile and Android, but it's definitely on iPhone, and I love it. Okay, so they were the top 10 for 2020. So key actions from today's 1, why not go check them out yourself? 2, let me know what you've done as a result of the podcast. Number 3, what was your favorite? So these were what everybody loved, but what about for you? Love to hear from you on that. You can get all the links in the show notes at paulhigginsmentoring.com/podcast. It's episode 264, or by listening on your mobile app. I recommend the podcast app. There's lots ones out there, but I find that the best. Also, go back and listen to episode 0.5 if you're new, and it gives you a great overview of the podcast. If you want to know if you're going to have a low or 7-figure service-based business in 2021, go to paulhigginsmentoring.com/assessment. 15 questions in 3 minutes and very clear outcomes for you. Please connect and follow me on LinkedIn. If you know someone interested in podcasting, they love listening to podcasts, please share this one with them. And remember to ask those follow-up questions. What would you like to know from me? paulhigginsmentoring.com/questions. Please take action to build, live, and give.
Thanks for listening to the Build, Live, Give podcast. If you like what you heard, please share it and leave us a review. It would mean the world to us.